Mbeumo finally over the line.
Oh, penalty!
Mbeumo finally over the line.
Yes, absolutely, massively over the line, as you say, and a very important deal for us. Lots to talk about, and we're going to start on that today. So it's done. It's agreed. 65 million plus 6 is what's being reported. But if you could break it down for us all watching, that would be amazing, Ben.
Yeah, third bid, which sort of got finessed into a full agreement. As I reported yesterday, confidence from Manchester United, they could get Mbeumo in time for their pre-season tour of America. Originally, they wanted him the week before, but the goalposts kind of moved a little bit. I think the length of negotiations allowed Brentford a lot of say because, first of all, other players went for similar amounts or got yardsticked, which means Brentford could stick to quite a high valuation. And then the Wissa situation influenced things a little bit too, because Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, all chasing Wissa. And I think Manchester United realised they had to be decisive and effectively pay what it takes, although Brentford may argue they've got their number of in excess of 70 million package, but Manchester United's feeling is they've got 65 million fixed fee paid over 4 years, and not all of the add-ons are gettable. So Manchester United will bill it more as 65, only 2.5 million more than Matheus Cunha, and Brentford will obviously say it went from a 45 million original bid plus add-ons to a 65 bid plus add-ons, and therefore Manchester United have gone up over the course of 6 weeks by 20 million in valuation. But in the end, just a deal that suits all parties, and Mbeumo only wanted Manchester United despite links with Spurs. It is a 5-year contract with a 1-year option, and now it'll be formalised in the coming days, and it puts a very different complexion on Manchester United's window because suddenly they've got 2 proven Premier League players in Cunha and Mbeumo. Now they'll turn their attention to outgoings and at the same time clarify which number 9 they want to move for in the market.
Yes, and we'll get onto that in a few moments. I mean, one of the challenges for me personally, be very forthright about this. I feel like we've paid too much money, and that isn't because I don't rate the player. I'm so happy we've got him. I was hoping we'd get it for under that 70 million mark in totality. Of course, 6 million of it is add-ons, and we're led to understand by yourselves and Alex Cook, they're quite difficult achievements. It's sort of qualification for Champions Leagues, etc. So it looks 7 weeks to end up just paying 65 million pounds. Do you understand the frustration Man United fans are feeling? Or do you still, there are some United fans that believe there is some method to this madness, being difficult to negotiate with, not just rolling over straight away? Will that pay dividends for United in the future? What are you hearing out there in the football world?
Yeah, I think the point is Manchester United want to be disciplined. So the bid that they placed yesterday was always going to be effectively a final bid. It's not to say that if there were parts of the deal, as has proven, that needed a little bit of shaping, that they would immediately walk away. But if Brentford had countered and said it's now 75 because you've got urgency and other players are going for big money in the market, then Manchester United would have walked away. And there is definitely a new approach towards trying to protect themselves in the market and not always have a Manchester United tax. Regarding how long the deal has taken, I think that is also because Brentford have been tough negotiators. I don't think it's only on Manchester United kicking their heels. And the other aspect in all of this is just that in the period the negotiations took place, a fair amount of things changed. So when it first started, you can understand why Manchester United were far more bullish, because Mbeumo only wanted Manchester United. By the end of the negotiation, even though they're not all like-for-like profiles, you got Noni Madueke at 52, Anthony Elanga at 55, Morgan Gibbs-White release clause at 60. So there is a push sometimes from selling clubs to ask for a little bit extra, knowing there's other targets out there either available or locked in deals that you can point to. Then add the fact that Wissa suddenly was getting approaches, and Brentford's desire is not to lose Wissa and Mbeumo unless they get crazy money now for Wissa in the same window. So Manchester United didn't face competition, but then suddenly they did, through a very indirect way, but it still was competition because you have this mad race all of a sudden to try and get Mbeumo done quickly for pre-season and before anybody formally bids anywhere close to Brentford's valuation of Wissa. Otherwise, maybe there was a danger they accept Wissa first and then the Mbeumo deal becomes even harder. So urgency led to the deal eventually getting done quickly, and maybe Manchester United paying a little bit more than they first expected. But at the end of the day, once the season kicks off and Bryan Mbeumo plus Mateus Cunha are in Manchester United shirts, I don't think anyone will be talking about 6 weeks. And that's the point of the window. Maybe there's a debate over the valuation and the final fee. Bottom line, 2 proven Premier League goal scorers with quality that can slot straight in, and nobody wants the first ball is kicked of the new season is going to be saying, why did it take 6 weeks instead of 5 weeks? So this get it done today, tomorrow, the next day is kind of a social media narrative. And from the perspective of clubs, they do take a bit more time. Liverpool are in meticulous negotiations with Frankfurt. Everyone moaned and had a meltdown about Victor Gyökeres, which is still being finalized even now. And part of that was because there was this wrong narrative of, why don't you just pay 5 million more? And yet the reality is Andrea Berta kind of got Victor Gyökeres for 5 million less by waiting. With Manchester United, yes, the price has gone up, but they're pleased with the payment terms. As you rightly say, not all the add-ons are necessarily gettable, or if they are gettable, you're happy to pay them because it comes with club success. Yeah. This will be a deal in the end that I think suits all parties. Brentford have had their valuation met. Manchester United have got their proven Premier League player. Ruben Amorim has got his 2 number 10s. And now there can be a focus on outgoings and turning attentions to finding a number 9.
Jumma Mubarak! Jumma Mubarak! And I've not even stepped into drummer yet. We finally did it. We finally did it. We have got the here we go on Bryan Mbeumo. Relax. Everybody relax. Everybody chill. Today is the day. I just came off a live stream. With Troops, bro. We were there talking about Xavi and flipping Paul Scholes, having a debate. And then a second or two later, we hear about the bomber. We've got him. And the key thing is, we are paying in 4 installments. Maybe that was the reason why they took so long, man. That man was doing installment FC. But a player we've been chasing for 7 long weeks, we finally got our man. Bryan Mbeumo! Let's reveal the source. We got to give him the credit. My lag, David Ornstein with the bomber. Exclusive. Man United reach agreement with Brentford to sign Bryan Mbeumo. Deal between clubs struck, should I say? Let me get my words right. You know what I'm saying? At 65 million guarantee. We made a bid yesterday. I said this had to be done ASAP. We couldn't mess around. We couldn't dilly-dally. And up to 6 million in add-ons. So we're looking at 71 million deal or package. 4 installments. Listen, it's taking you a long time. Normally, I would give credit for this sort of stuff, yeah, but I'm not no financial FC. I'm not doing this whole thing of, give the club praise, give the club credit. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm a football fan. This should have been done time ago. I still think Man United have lost a lot of time, a lot of valuable time. Yes, getting the deal over the line, cool, you've done it. Yeah, we haven't lost a player. And to be honest with you, I was always confident we'll get in the player. I was always 85% sure he never wanted Tottenham. He never wanted anyone else. I was always sure he was coming to Man United. But the fact, like I said to you, Man United have took that long. It must have been, like I said to you, A, the fee up front, and B, the installments, bro. That was what Man United were probably haggling over. The fee, Brentford were always keen or were always ready to be paid the amount of money that they said. That 65 million, they always wanted that money. It was always fixed fee. Yes, they might have looked at Madueke. Yes, they might have looked at anyone else. But it was always guaranteed fee up front, 60 odd million. They looked at it and thought, you know what? Give us 5 million extra for wasting our time. They've done it. 4 installment, 26-year-old forward, only wanted Man United, and move from Brentford now being finalised. But we also got Fabrizio Romano, Bryan Mbeumo to Manchester United. Here we go. Here we go. Green light from Brentford and club agreement reached for 70 million package, as the Athletic reports. Contract agreed weeks ago with Mbeumo, as he only wanted Manchester United move. After Cunha, Mbeumo next for Manchester United, man. It's a relief. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
This is
my
not
excitement.
A drill. This is not a drill. Manchester United have a here we go. Yo, I'm just checking if pigs are flying. This is incredible. Manchester United have a here we go. Nah, this is like groundbreaking. I can't believe what's going on. Nah, I need to confirm that again. I need to really check if this is real. This can't be. Ornstein, are you on top of this too? Let me see. Manchester United reached agreement with Brentford to sign Bryan Mbeumo. Deal between clubs struck at 65 million guaranteed and up to 6 million add-ons. 4 installments. Hold on a second. 6 million add-ons? Wait. 6 million? I thought it was... Wait, hold on. Where'd they get that extra mil from? Last night, I went to bed last night with the deal at 65 million with 5 million add-ons. Where'd they get that extra mil? Who's eating that extra mil? Oh my God. So what, altogether it's a £71 million package for Bryan Mbeumo. And he only wanted Man United over 4 installments. Listen, I don't care about the breakdowns, 4 installments, blah, blah, blah. Manchester United have their man. And that's all that matters. Listen, people, it has been over a month of negotiations for this player. Now we can finally speak about this player as if he is a Manchester United player. We can finally speak about this player, about what he can bring to Manchester United Football Club.